even a lot of the artists, even a lot of the clippers that used to. Why Corpo VTubers go on debut? Go on hiatus. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Based on the thumbnail, is he gonna say that a lot of agencies go on hiatus as actually a punishment? Okay, that just derailed my entire thought process. I'm gonna watch this. Hold on.
Why do Corpo VTubers go on hiatus so much? Let's take a crack at answering that.
Okay.
Lots of different answers, but I'll go over one that I think is a major contributor.
Agencies, management tells them, actually like gives them punishment, makes them stop streaming, but they have to spin it as a hiatus or something.
And that has to do with management. Everybody saw this coming. Management, unfortunately, has no stake in the talent that they're managing. If the talent does really, really well, they don't get extra money. They get a set salary, just like whatever, as far as I know, whatever they get, they get. However, if the talent that they're managing screws up and does something risky and ends up damaging their reputation or the reputation of the company that they work for, then the manager is definitely going to get in big trouble. They're going to get chewed out at the next meeting. They might get reassigned. They might, get fired or something like that. So from a manager's perspective, I see no reason for them to let their talent ever do anything risky. They just want them to do the same thing that everybody else is doing that's been tried and true, proven safe, that they won't get in trouble for, and then they can just live their life in peace with no anxiety. Unfortunately, what this leads to is a lot of rejection, a ton of rejection, like a crazy amount, more than you think.
Damn, he's putting that Holostars experience to
you think of it, it's
in
just
full,
more than
in full display here. Okay, let's fucking go, I guess.
You think it's like a crazy amount of rejection, and it can deal damage to the psyche. I think a VTuber is a performing artist. They are a creative, and it's never really a good feeling to have a creative's endeavors over, like, you're basically a non-creative person is telling you how to be creative, and that is just a recipe for disaster, in my opinion. I think the best way to manage a creative is to let them do what they want to do and earn their trust by, being willing to run damage control, because things will go wrong, and that's what a manager does. They fix things, but that's not really how it works out. And finally, like, at the end of the day, this could really wear down on someone that's takes a lot of pride in their work. Right? If you join a corporation as a streamer or a VTuber, you don't really own any of the stuff that you create from that point on. And a lot of people can get over that and deal with it, but the more you think about it, the more it kind of weighs down on you. And I think it really just boils down to a lot of different reasons, but the root cause is a tough gig. It really takes a toll on your mental health, and you just need to take time off to recover.
That is true. Basically, it's a risk. I get it from his perspective, yeah. Letting a talent just do whatever they want, especially if it's dangerous, yeah. Basically, take a risk is what he's saying. If you knew how bad things really are, I want to see what I want to see what he says. What the fuck is Axel's manager doing then? Who knows? Lamad's probably so depressing in a corpo and he has to be delicate as fuck. Yeah. The thing about VTubing corpo's chat is that when you join a corpo, VTubing needs to stop being a hobby. When you join a corpo, it's a job, and it will be draining. It will be soul sucking. Can be sometimes tough.
Why do corporate VTubers go
any other job? Because and at a certain extent, it can actually be worse, because you're doing this one thing that you used to love to do as a hobby, you're turning it into a job. It drains the fun out of that hobby, especially now that you start seeing a lot of the things that you used to enjoy as an obligation. Yeah. Making content is one of the hardest business models. True. It actually is, but not hard to the extent that it's, quote, as hard or it's as draining as other people. It's just that you have to put a lot of energy into the things that you're doing and you're looking in order to actually still succeed as a VTuber, right? I don't want to pull a Hassan here and say that content creation is a very stressful life training job that is nothing in comparison to normal other jobs. No, that's not content creation is. there's pros and cons to being a content creator, right? Being the first and foremost that you earn infinitely a lot more money than you actually deserve. Yes, I just said that. And two, you get to stay at home and do nothing. Especially if you're a streamer that does whose job is to play video games and shit like that. But if you're actually serious about content creating, you have to recognize trends. You have to study your analytics. You have to socialize and talk to people. You have to organize your own events. You have to plan out your things. Like, it still has a lot of the responsibilities and takes a lot of other energies as it would do a normal job, especially again if you're in a VTuber agency. But yeah, no. At the end of the day, it's a preference thing. If you like the pros and cons, if you're looking at the pros and cons and you like to think that the pros are infinitely, outweigh the cons, then go ahead and take a shot at being a content creator.